Hey y'all. So I'm going to show you how to find the slope of a graph by counting rise over run, and then you're going to reduce. So I'm giving you some steps. First, you identify 2 points on the line, and they need to be integer points. You're going to count your rise and then count your run. And so rise means up or down. We're going to read the graph from left to right. We're going to always start on the left and then go to the right. Reduce, if you have a fraction, you need to reduce it. We're not going to use mixed numbers, and we're not going to use decimals. And then if it's negative, don't forget your negative sign when you are looking at your line. So we're going to start right here with number 1. So I have 2 points identified for you already. Sometimes you'll have the points and sometimes you won't. So in these 2 points, we're going to start with our leftmost point, and we need to count our rise. So to go from our leftmost point to our next one, we need to go down. So we're going to count down. Just each step is, we're going to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we went down 6 times. Maybe you don't like to do loops. You can just go straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to start with 6. Sorry, my nose is running. Now I need to count my run. In this case, I'm going to be going right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 over 4. This is a negative slope. If you can look, the line is going down. It's decreasing. So that would be negative. Also, because we went down, that tells us that it's going to be negative. And then we need to reduce. You can divide them both by 2, and you get negative 3 halves. So your slope would be negative 3 halves. Okay, number 2. 2 points are identified for you. We're going to start with the leftmost point, and remember, we're going to go with our rise because slope is the difference. Slope is the change in y over the change in x. It's the change in vertical over the change in the horizontal. So example 2, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 4/5 cannot be reduced, so it's just going to be 4/5. And again, if you don't like to do the little loops, you can just go straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my slope is 4/5. This is a positive line, and I cannot reduce it. Number 3, I have 2 points identified for you. So I can already see this as a negative. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my negative. This is a negative slope. Then you don't necessarily have to worry about forgetting it at the end. You start on your left point, and we're going to count how many times down the number line till we become even. If it helps you to draw a triangle, we did this with the Pythagorean theorem when we were finding the hypotenuse. If it helps you to draw a triangle, then go ahead and draw a triangle. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. And then over 1, 2, 3. And we're going to leave it as an improper fraction. Do not change it to a mixed number. Leave it as an improper fraction. That is totally okay. Okay, going to number 4. You try number 4. Pause it. Press play when you're ready. One, 2. It's positive. So 5 over 2 would be your slope. 5 halves. Now on number, number 5, there are no dots. There are no dots. And so I want to show you how to find the best points for you to find your slope. You want to find points that intersect, the line that intersects on the grid in a nice place. Like this would be a good one right here. And then it looks like this is a good one right here. And that one kind of is, and that one kind of is, but not as good as these 2. So when we count, if you like to make a triangle, make a triangle. If not, I already know this is negative. My line is going down, so I'm just going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we leave it as improper. I cannot reduce, so my slope would be negative 8/5. All right, on number 6, we have right here a vertical line. This is one of those special cases. A vertical line has a unique slope, and if you want to talk about the change in y over the change in x. Now, this point right here, and this point right here, and this point right here, what do we notice about the change in y? It could be it's changing by 1 every time. So you could count up 1 or you could count down 1, but it's changing by 1 every time. Now the change in x, is it going left or right? It is not. So the change in x is 0. You can't divide by 0. You cannot divide by 0. So this is an undefined slope. Anytime you have a vertical line, it's going to be an undefined slope because it does not have any horizontal change. All right, so our last 3, this is number 7. Again, we need to identify 2 points, and so it looks like I tried to draw mine thicker, so this is a little bit tricky. There's a point right there, and there's a point right here. So find those 2 points, and remember we're going to count our rise over run. If you like to make a triangle, make a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 2. So 5 halves would be your slope. You cannot simplify 5 halves. Number 8 is a horizontal line. Do you see the horizontal line right here? We have 2 points, the change in y over the change in x. If we look at the change in y, up or down, the change in y, it is not moving up or down, so the change in y is 0. And then the change in x would be 1, because either way you look, it's moving 1. 0 divided by 1 is 0, so this is a 0 slope. A horizontal line has a 0 slope. Vertical lines have an undefined, horizontal lines have a 0 slope. All right, and then this last one, number 9. Find 2 points that intersect. Nice, there's 2, there's 1. So there's several here. And it's up to you. I'm going to show you both. You could take the left, the first left, the farthest, and the farthest right, and we could make one big triangle. And the rise, 1, 2, 3, over the run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would reduce to 1/2. It's positive. Or I could take these 2 small points right here, and the rise is 1, and the run is 2. Notice, doesn't matter which points you use, your slope is always going to reduce to 1/2. I could use the first point and the third point, and I could still get 1/2. So it's nice to know that no matter which points you pick, as long as they intersect the grid at a nice point. Okay, this is how to find slope by counting rise over run, and you already found slope by using 2 points, and we will practice in class. If I can find the end, there it is.